Bearded Bros podcast on the Tired Sports Network. Two bearded dudes sitting in a pod, talking sports, never really bored. From football to basketball, they dive deep, laughing and debating, making us keep. They share their thoughts, no matter how wild, in a room filled with beard and pride. The refs might not understand, but they know what's right, no need to explain. The Bearded Bros, they're the best. Podcast fun with no rest. Sports talk with a side of jest. Laugh and learn as they say. They're not afraid to disagree. In a world of sports, they'll always be free. Bearded wisdom, you can rely. In their podcast, you won't feel shy. Through wins and losses, they stay true. Discussing every play through and through. Their passion for games is clear to see. In their chatter, we all agree. The Bearded Bros, they're the best. Podcast fun with no rest. Sports talk with a side of jest. Laugh and learn as they say. They're not just talk, they act too. Making jokes, giving us a clue. The Bearded Bros, they're the crew. Podcast fun till the very end, you knew. Bearded Bros, they're the crew. Podcast fun till the very end, you knew.
Oh, what's going on, everybody? How you doing, Dustin?
Man, I'm good because I'm off for the rest of the week, so I'm good, man.
There you go. Of course, that's Dustin. I'm Derek. It is July 16th. July 16th. We are officially halfway through the year. It has flown by, and the closer we get to August, the closer it gets to football season. So. I'm pretty pumped about that. I know you are as well. Man, kind of tell us what we got on tap for tonight.
Well, of course, we have a really big guest tonight. I am hoping to learn a lot tonight about a sport that I have no clue anything.
No idea.
I know nothing about. So I always like the ones that we get to learn from. So I feel like I get to learn a new sport outside of your football, baseball, softball, etc. So that's going to be fun. And she attends the University of Michigan. So that is pretty cool. And she's from East Texas. So that's even cooler because, well, again, we find them. I don't know how we find the East Texas.
That's the most people I look for is the Texas kids, especially the East Texas. I kind of like to show love to the homegrown East Texas people.
Yeah. Sure.
You know, we do venture out every now and then, but for the most part, I try to keep it East Texas related.
Yes, of course, man. But yeah, we got that. So that's going to be fun and exciting. We got some NBA stuff that's happened. Not a ton. Some summer league stuff's going on still, but we'll talk about more of that. And of course, the whole Bradley Beal thing happened today. Oh, that's a big deal. Some stuff in the NFL. And then I do want to talk about the Rangers tonight. I want to kind of bring something up. And, of course, every Wednesday we have the Rank That segment.
Yes.
And I have a good one. Again, it's not necessarily – well, it actually is Rank That. When you think about it, it's a Rank That thing, but it's already ranked, and we're going to talk about it, disagree about it. Well, probably more disagree than agree. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll see what else happens. So before we get started, of course, let's play our sponsor for the evening, and then we will get our guest in here with us.
Comanche Tees is located in Longview, Texas. They are owned by Naomi Simmons. They specialize in making all kinds of custom apparel and hats for any occasion. You can scan the QR code on the screen to go to her Facebook, give her a call at 903-985-9120, or even email her at comanchetees24@gmail.com.
Miss Kayla, how are you doing?
Good. How are y'all?
Oh, we're doing great, doing great.
We're doing
Appreciate you
good.
coming on.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So before we even get started, I told you I did some research on you, and I think it's safe to say you had a pretty good year at Michigan this year.
Yes, I had a very
And,
fortunate.
and you know, you just don't seem like the person that's one to brag. But looking at your stuff, it's okay to brag a little bit. I mean, I'm just going to run down just a little bit of this that I found. Breakthrough Athlete of the Year on the gymnast side, second team All Big Ten, most improved. You scored a 9.9 or better on 6 career routines. That's almost perfect on 6 routines. That's nuts.
I don't even know what a routine is in gym, but that just sounds crazy. So
you a 9.95 in the beam against Ohio State, and that was your first career event title. So that's huge. That's an awesome year for you. And I'm ready to dive into it. So kind of tell us how this all started for you back at Pleasant Grove.
I mean, I guess the earliest memory I have of gymnastics is just watching like the Olympics or like clips from just that would just pop up on TV and thinking, wow, like it's super cool. And I was like one of those kids who did everything I could to try to fly when I was little. For some reason, I thought if I took 2 pieces of cardboard, I would be able to fly. And so I saw that and I was like, this is probably the closest thing to flying. Let me try it. And I was just always super like hyper when I was a kid. I always wanted to be doing something. And so I signed up for just a little like recreational class at Joni's Gymnastics. Was there for maybe a year, 6 months to a year. And then they had advised me to go to Northeast Texas Elite Gymnastics, which is where the entirety of my optional career or club career was. And so I guess like from there, 2011 and on, and same thing, never stopped doing it and never did any
Now,
other.
I was just going to ask you: is that all you did was gymnastics?
Yes. Well, I played t-ball when I was really little, did ballet when I was like 4 years old, but gymnastics was what I stuck with. T-ball was always hard for me. If I could see the ball, I would not run because my mom always told me if I can see you, you can see me, and I thought it was the same thing with the ball.
Yes. Now there's no high school gymnastics, is there?
Not really. I mean, every now and then, like bigger schools will have their club team, but it's definitely not the same as just regular.
Like
club
a football on Friday night, you don't have gymnastics on Saturday afternoon.
Not anywhere in my area. It was always
In our
travel.
area, yes.
That's
Okay,
what I
so
was
you
gonna-
were. Go ahead.
that's what I was going to ask because I was kind of curious how this came about because like I don't know of any high school that has gymnastics as an actual sport, at least around here.
Right.
Maybe over in the Dallas area, maybe,
Mhm.
but that's what I was going to ask you. So you got looked at doing what you would say is club gym, like not in school.
Oh no. Yeah. So we, or at least for my gym, we only ever had one competition in Texarkana. But every other time I competed, it was always traveling to Dallas, or sometimes we would go to Conway, Arkansas. But most of the time it was typically in the Dallas area, which is where kind of like the hot spot, I guess, would be for a lot of really great gyms in Texas. But yeah, it was always a fun time.
So take us down like the recruiting stuff. When did that like start really getting big for you?
So I was a very late bloomer, I would say. Just with like, the little injuries every now and then or like sicknesses. So most girls, before there were some rule changes, they were committing in 8th grade and I hadn't even started reaching out to colleges yet. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm so far behind. But
Right.
fortunately for me, the rule changed to where now you can't be talked to until summer going into junior year. So I got lucky with that one. But even then it was just, even then it was like I was not competing how I practiced because of the injuries and things like that. And I even have a list actually of all the colleges that I had emailed.
That's perfect. That's gonna be my next question.
you can't even see it, but like
No,
42,
okay. So,
yeah, 42 total colleges. Not a single one of them was the University of Michigan, because I started emailing after 2021, which is when they won nationals. So I was like, not even going to give that one a shot. Didn't think I could ever be at in a program of this caliber. But I had a teammate, Jocelyn Robertson, who was an Olympic alternate, is now competing for the University of Arkansas at the collegiate level. And the head coach, Beverly Plocky, came to our gym to watch her practice. And then I happened to be there and gave me her phone number after practice, got on a call. She offered me an official visit, and just
wow.
started.
So just by being in the right place at the right time.
Yes.
That's awesome. So just curious, what schools were you reaching out to?
I was kind of just reaching out to like surrounding schools. Mostly I was really interested in OU at the time. They are also a very great program for gymnastics.
Yes, I do know that.
Yes, they have won many national championships. I had also been reaching out to like Georgia, sometimes Alabama, just mainly Southern schools, things that were close by. Arkansas a little bit, but never anything as far as Michigan.
As far as Michigan, yeah, for sure.
Yes, until the very end, until I made those 42 emails, I was like, I'll just email everyone I think I have a chance to.
Just copy and paste for everybody. Just send
I
all.
Yes.
Did you? I don't know if this is just me being me. Did you ever reach out to Texas?
No, she said they're horrible. She didn't.
Oh my God!
They do not have a gymnastics program, sadly, or else that definitely would have been.
See, they don't even have gymnastics.
See, Derek. See, she said she would have reached out. Come on.
She's just
They really don't have gymnastics for real.
No, there's the only Texas school that has gymnastics is Texas Women's.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, there we go. That's interesting. I learned something tonight about.
So
that.
you've moved to Ann Arbor. Big change from Pleasant Grove, Texas, or Texarkana, wherever exactly you were at that way. What was that move like? And I guess not only for you but for your family. I mean, that's a long ways away from home.
It was definitely a huge culture shock. I couldn't even say yes ma'am or yes sir to my coaches without them being like, why would you call me that? Because
exactly, that's a Southern thing. I mean, that is.
Yeah. And I had no idea. So even just like that was a hard habit to break. And I guess just not even the culture shock, but just like going from Pleasant Grove to a school that is known as being really difficult to get into, very hard classes. It was just learning how to maintain my classes and my practice. It was a completely different schedule, whereas I'd be going to school from 8 a.m. to 3, practicing from 4 to 8. Now I was going to school from like half day of school, and then from 1 to 4:30 or 1 to 5:30 I would be practicing. And then it was just a really big change in general. The worst part was probably the snow. Not having my car up here was really sad, because I've never had to walk across like a campus or anything. So that one's still hard for me. Like once it gets to a 15-minute walk, count me out. I'll take the prize. But there were just a whole bunch of different factors. And then for my family, I think it was very hard for them. Like I'm the oldest kid, but also at the same time, it was super rewarding for all of us, especially just I just never thought that I would go to such a big university. So we were very grateful, also a little sad. And I came early. I got officially accepted in May of 2023, moved here in June of 2023. So it was a super quick turnaround.
Oh, wow. So how many siblings do you have?
2. Younger brother, he just turned, or he's about to turn. Oh my gosh.
Oh goodness.
Oh no.
You're not watching.
He's about to turn 19, and then my sister is about to turn 15. So my brother's going to college for baseball at University of Houston, Victoria. And my sister is, doing her thing with her different sports.
Okay, so she's not a gymnast?
No.
You're the only gymnast in the family. Okay. So what's your favorite? How do I I guess, routine? Like, what would be your favorite event? There
Yes.
we go. What's your favorite event? Well, I'm learning terminology here. I'm trying to like look and make sure I'm saying everything right.
Right. I mean, honestly, it's kind of hard to say just because I went through a phase where I hated bars, but now I'm starting to like it again, and it's becoming one of my favorites. Just because usually for me, it's either the most challenging event, it kind of becomes my favorite, and it kind of fluctuates. But I think as of right now, my favorite is probably bars right now.
Probably. Now, do you have to do a certain number of events in a tournament or whatever y'all
A gymnastic meet. Is that what you call it?
meet?
There we go.
Yes.
Here, we're learning, Derek. We're
Like,
learning here.
does everybody have to do a certain number of things, or can like you just do bars and be done?
I've actually, I guess I'll get into that later. So we all train all four, but unless it's like a medical situation where you can no longer train an event. But the way our meets work is it's 6 compete on one event, 5 scores count. So basically the coaches will just pick the top 6 athletes on that particular event. And we drop the lowest score on each event. So I've competed vault, beam, and floor. I've actually never competed bars. I'm not the best at bars. It's just my favorite because it's really hard for me and I'm learning.
So with you going into your junior year, are you one of the oldest on the team now, or y'all have senior? Are y'all like senior led still, or?
So we have 3 seniors, but we also have 2 6th years now.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm just smack dab in the middle. Especially, they had their like COVID year and then both had redshirt years. So they are the grandmas of the team.
The grandmas of the team. Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
That's the best way to put it. Well, I mean, so I guess I'm just curious. I'm trying to learn the gymnastics here. What is a practice like? Is it just literally just practicing each event or each routine? Is that what you just repetitive?
Yeah, I would say a lot of it is so the way we do our practices is we train beam and bars every day. And then vault and floor we alternate because vault and floor are a lot of pounding, so we kind of switch out those every now and then. But for the most part, vault would be just kind of like repeating your vault, getting the landings and the shaping and things like that. Bars is very similar. Like sometimes they'll do first halves or they'll do second halves, and some days they do like full routines. And then floor and beam is kind of where we get into the more like intricate training. So floor is very endurance based. So we will do like what's called endurance routines where like our first pass we'll have to do like mat pushes instead of the tumbling and build our endurance. And then the second pass would be like sprints or something just to make sure that we're keeping our like legs super strong, because the last thing you want is to get to the last pass in your floor routine and your legs are so dead that you just can't do it.
Can't jump.
And then beam, I would say, is a lot of we do a lot of mental work when it comes to practice. So we'll get like scenarios like it's Big Ten championships. So-and-so just scored a 10 on floor and we have to get a 995 or higher to win Big Ten. So I would say they're all unique in their own ways, but for the most part, it is a lot of like repetition and polish.
Okay. And what are those? You said those, how long they last? About 3-4 hours is what you said, somewhere around that time, or?
Yeah, about 3.5 hours. But in there we have like taping and warming up and things like that. So the actual practice itself probably goes around like 2.5 hours.
When is the gym or the gymnastics like season? Like when do y'all like really start competing, and kind of when does it end? Because I'm just curious. I don't even know.
Yeah, we preseason, fall semester, all of fall semester, and then we start competing in January and end anywhere between March or April, depending on how far.
Wow. That's a pretty long season.
Oh yeah.
How many competitions do you say y'all had? How many competitions did y'all have this year?
Oof, I don't even know.
Wow. So I mean, it's a bunch. It's not like one a month. I mean, it's.
No, we compete every weekend except we have one bye weekend.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And is it always a lot of teams, or is it like you go to Oklahoma and Michigan versus Oklahoma?
Mhm. Yeah, it's usually dual meets. Every now and then we'll have like a try or a quad. So like Big Tens is always a quad meet, Nationals is a quad meet, Big Fours is a quad meet, main regionals is a quad meet. So a lot of your like I guess like playoff meets will
Mm-hmm.
be quads, and then regular season is usually a dual meet, unless it's just we decided we just want to host more than one team.
More than one. How
Yes.
did y'all do this year in the Big Ten?
We placed fourth. This it has been a difficult couple seasons just because we were so young. Especially this year, we got 7 new people. I think it was 7, around 7 or 8. And we had a very small team. We had about 16 people. So the majority of our team was super, super young. So my class, we were sophomores. All 3 of us competed. The majority of the freshmen competed. And then unfortunately, our juniors had some troubles with like injuries and things. And we had 1 senior and a couple 5th years. So it was a very young team for us last year, and we learned a lot. Not used to University of Michigan placing 4th in the Big Ten. If you ever get to see our gym, it's just year after year of winning Big Ten tournament.
But I think it's like 47 or something like that.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I mean it's something crazy. I seen the number
yeah.
earlier when I was looking, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Yes. So we definitely plan on, now that we've kind of grown a little bit, we do plan on making really big strides this season.
That's awesome. Question: Any future Olympics? Maybe.
I I don't see that being my goal, but
Okay.
gymnastics has been like evolving a little bit, and usually on the women's side, at least, if you're competing college, you don't do Olympics, and if you're competing in the Olympics, you usually don't do college. But we have seen more and more gymnasts kind of like go back and forth between both, which is really exciting because you compete against like Jordan Childs, who competes for UCLA now, who went to the Olympics and won gold medal. So it is really, really awesome that that's starting to happen. But for me personally, I don't think I don't think that's in the picture.
So that's a good. I mean, that's interesting. Why is it that you either go one route or the other?
So the elite track is very, very demanding. Obviously, both tracks are demanding, but the elite season, it's just from what I've seen. I've never done it myself, but it seems very stressful. There's a lot of international competitions where you're like traveling to very different parts of the world all the time. And if I'm thinking about it correctly, a lot of elite competitions actually happen during the summertime. So it would just, for me, if I ever tried to do that, it'd be like competing year round. And that is just not what I want to do.
Right. Yeah. So we talked about this a little off stream. You got a little coaching change.
Yes.
What are your emotions about that? I mean, like you said, the coach came and personally gave you her number, so there had to be some kind of relationship there. Now you're transitioning to a new coach in your junior year. What's that going to be like for you?
Yeah, so Bev and I, freshman year, I would not say I was on her good side. I had a lot of struggles freshman year just in terms of adapting with, just competing and being confident gymnastics-wise and in school. So we did have a couple of times where Bev would be like, you need to whip it into shape. Okay. And like just reminding me constantly, like, I would not have brought you here if I didn't think you were capable of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually need you to push yourself and like step outside of your comfort zone, because she knew my background, where I came from, what it was like, and knew that I could accomplish big things and never gave up on me. And so then coming into this year, she just really supported me in so many different ways. So like last year, I'd be getting called into her office, Kayli, I need you to step it up. And then this year it's like, Kayli, I had a conference thing or whatever, and I got to talk about you because you made so much progress. So just I've seen both sides. I've seen all sides of her. I've learned so much from her, and she was just the first person who really believed in me, even though I didn't fully believe in myself and thought to myself every day of freshman year, why am I here? And they could have picked someone else. So just like getting that experience with her and her getting to shape me into the person I am today is something that I will never forget. And I even get like a little emotional thinking about it because it's just, I just would not be anywhere where I'm at today if she hadn't been the first person to believe in me. And now our assistant coach is our new head coach, and she is amazing. She kind of played the same role. Like she more so related to me too freshman year. There were some things that we could relate on, and then she would help me out and give me tips like, hey, maybe like try writing these things down, or like do this and this could maybe help you. And so just like the switch being so easy is super, super nice because it's not we're not getting a brand new head coach. And a lot of the times with head coaching changes, the staff gets torn apart from the ground up and you get completely new people transfer, people leave, people come in. So it was just overall, it was a very smooth transition, and obviously very, very grateful for everything that Bev has done for us. But we're also super excited to, learn from someone new and someone that, or not, I guess not someone new, but someone who also has their own perspectives. And we plan on keeping like our values and our culture the same, but we do plan on making a couple tweaks and changes just to get us back on that track of, Big Ten championships.
Now, how long has the assistant coach or the new head coach, how long has she been with the program? Long time? I mean,
I think she's been here a decent amount of time. I'm not entirely sure. Probably should have looked up on that, but she has been here a good amount of time. And Bev has said herself, like she is from day one been shaping Miley into like being our next head coach because.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So Miley's great, a great fit.
So did Bev? Is she done coaching or did she just leave? If you can answer that.
Yes, she has decided to retire. Unfortunately, her husband has leukemia for the second time, and she has been dealing with a tremendous amount of stress these past few years. And she told us that she wanted to be able to give 100% of us, but right now 100% of her has to go to her husband, Jim. So she decided to retire, and we are very, very grateful that she has decided to take some time to herself because she's been dedicating the past 36 years to.
I knew it was a long time. Yeah, 36 years.
Yes.
Wow.
So
that's a long time.
Oh yeah. So.
That's awesome. Well, shout out to Bev for being the person she is. And
So
doing
I
all that.
I did have one more question, and I meant to ask this earlier, but I got sidetracked. What was it like for you to win that first event? Like that first event you won in college after, like you said, didn't even think Michigan was on your radar, and now here you are, Big Ten, Michigan gymnast, and they call your name and you step up on that podium. What was that like?
In terms of just being called for first place, like obviously that was great, but there are so many times where in practice where like I had done such great routines and I was thinking, you know what, like this will be the week and this will be the week. So I guess when it finally happened, like I was already so confident that I would be getting an event title that it just like wasn't even really like a celebratory moment, I guess, other than the fact that it was against Ohio State.
I was going to say, yes, it was against Ohio State. Yeah.
Yes. But no, I think what our coaches instill in us is like just confidence. Bev liked to say like knowing the outcome before it happens. So as much as it probably should have been a shock to me, I was like, you know what? It was time.
It was, yeah, you needed that.
Yes.
So you said there's 16 girls on the team?
There was last year. Now we are going to have 19 due to the changes in the NCAA, and then eventually it will have to be at 20.
Okay, and so the four, the beam, the vault, the bars, and the floor. Did I say floor? Floor, beam, bars, and vault.
Yes.
You said 5 compete, right?
6.
Now, or 6 compete and they take the 5.
Yeah.
Does everyone have to do one of them
Um,
in an event, or do y'all do that predetermined? Like, okay, you 6 are going to be the beam, but you 5 are going to be the vaults.
Yes, so we get our lineups about a day or two ahead of competition, and usually it'll just have the 6 listed out already. But we do have like the 8, 9, and 10 spot of the alternates, just in case like someone gets hurt in the 2 spot or something. We bump everyone up, but usually it is like predetermined a couple days in advance who the 6 are going to be. And I'm actually super excited for this year because I do see lineups being a little like changing every weekend because we do have a team that is so talented and so stacked for this next year. Whereas before we've seen like our lineups be very fixed throughout season. So I'm definitely excited to kind of, work hard and hopefully secure my spot weekend after weekend, because we like to think about it as like you have your 8, 9, and 10 who are the alternates, but they're really the ones who are pushing 1 through 6. So it's like
Right.
every single weekend with that being said, every single weekend we hope that, my goal is just get better and better. So that way 8 and 9 and 10 aren't on my tail and I can be set for
A
lineup.
little higher. Yeah. So is it something that's set by the practice week, or is it set by how you did in the previous event?
It just kind of depends, honestly. I guess the majority of the time it will be based on like the practice week. But there are even times where like I've gotten to the meet and they were just like, see how you feel. Because when there are girls with like that have like nagging injuries where they haven't been able to train as much, we get to the meet, we warm up just to see how we feel. And we're like, you know what, not today. Or we're like, you know what, I actually feel good. Put me in. And so there are a lot of different circumstances. So.
Right.
So what is what are you majoring in?
I'm majoring in sociology and most likely minoring in entrepreneurship. But I have no idea what I want to do yet.
It's okay. I mean, it's gym now. So
you got 2 more years. Yeah, you got 2 more years to figure it out.
Right.
By the way, I was going to ask, when you get done with college, I know this has got a couple of years. Are you coming home or are you going to stay there?
I have no idea.
I know that's a tough question. I know you got a couple of years, but I didn't know if you're a homebody or not. Some people are homebodies, so.
I would eventually love to move back down to Texas, but I do think for my first couple of years, I kind of want to get out into like the bigger city area, just kind of like expose myself to more. Because there's still so much I like haven't been able to see. And our athletic program does these things called career venture trips where an alumni will donate money to bring us out to a city and take us around to companies and learn from companies, and just get like a glimpse of what people do and like, their field. And I got to do that. And so I do think it would be a super great opportunity if I was able to do something like that. But the goal is to move at least back down south someday.
Closer to home. Yeah. Closer to home. Yes, for sure.
Oh, that's awesome.
Casey.
That is awesome. Casey.
We're not going to finish this, Casey. We're not going to finish this. Well, like I said, we appreciate you coming on. I feel like I've learned a little bit about gymnastics.
Yes, for sure.
I will definitely be watching next year when I see it on TV. Especially if I see you guys on, I'll be like, "Hey, I know her. Like I know her." But if it's okay with you, we're going to keep your information and keep our the text open between us, and we would love to have you back on next year. Maybe a Big Ten champion, maybe a national champion. That'd be cool if you had a medal.
There's no maybe. There's no maybe. It's going to happen next year. I feel.
Now, I do have one more question. Is it all as a team thing, or is it you can do can you be an individual national champion?
Yeah. So every single meet I guess in postseason, you do have individual champions. It even gets to the point where at regionals before nationals, if you are the top scorer in your session, you get to move on to nationals by yourself if your team doesn't make it to nationals. So there's
Okay.
still like individual aspect to it, which is very, very interesting. We had one of our freshmen actually go last year as an individual to nationals for vault. So that was super exciting for her. Yeah.
So it can be team or individual. Is my understanding. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. I mean, because even if your team, for whatever reason, isn't succeeding like you think, if you're doing phenomenal in vault, you can continue to move on. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was one of my other questions I had wrote down. I didn't know if it was just a complete team thing or if it was an individuals also. Well, we always ask this question before we kind of get off, and Dustin always the ones that does it, but I beat him to it. Do you have any? Did we miss anything? Is there anything you wanted to say that maybe we didn't ask? Anything you want to tell, like the younger kids that are watching, the younger girls that maybe gymnastics isn't at their school, and kind of they need to branch out if that's something they want to pursue?
Yeah, I definitely would say, again, like the recruiting process was hard for me, and there were plenty of times where I definitely was like, you know what, I haven't gotten anything. I'm just going to give up. I even applied to schools that didn't have gymnastics just to go to school or go to college. But yeah, I would just say like, I got the call going into my senior year, so it's never going to be too late. And, you know, went freshman year, not competing, exhibitioned a couple times, but fell every single time, was losing confidence every single weekend, got to build it back up, and went from being a walk-on at the University of Michigan, now on scholarship. And so it's just, things can change so quick, and there's never one singular, there's never one singular moment in your life that's going to be like, you know what, I think you need to stop. And it's just ride it out as long as you can, because I would not be here today if I had stopped when I thought I should.
I love it. I think that's perfect advice. We want to give up too easily on a lot of things. And I think even as adults, I mean, I do that sometimes too. I get frustrated with something and I just want to kind of wash my hands with it. But then you're like, 5 more minutes, I could really get this figured out. And you get it figured out. I'm going to tell you how bad it was. Like, I hate putting together kids' toys. And so I would, like, when my daughter was 1, we bought her a little Minnie Mouse car. I paid an extra $25 for them to put the stickers on and the battery in. I don't want to jack with it. I don't want to jack with it. Like, that's where I am in my life.
Hey, you know what I figured out, Derek, with putting stuff together. You have 2 older ones and a younger one, but I figured it out. I let my wife tell me what to do. That way, if I mess up,
it's on her. Yep. It's on her. That's right.
I figured that out.
Great advice. Great advice.
I just put it together. She tells me what to do, so it's messed up.
Look at us branching out. Sporting podcast and marital counseling. Look at us go. Look at us go.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Miss Ruby. Hey, thank you for getting us in touch with her. If you want to say hi to Mom, Mom's commenting. Mom watched the show. That was awesome. Again, we appreciate it so much. We're going to keep your contact information. Hope to see you on TV. Definitely want to have you back next year. Again, hopefully it's a national champion of some sort, team or individual, on the bars. Let's go with the bars. Let's get a natty in the bars.
I want my first ring, so
that's I love it. I love it. Well, like I said, we enjoyed it. Have a good night, and good luck next year.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Yes, ma'am.
Of course.
Awesome.
Right.
I mean,
I feel like I know something about gym now.
I mean, I don't know anything about gym, but she was very nice about it. Like, we're just some dummies listening. I do kind of feel like, so my sister did it when she was younger, but dude, that was 28 years ago that she did it. And she did it.
Are you trying to say your sister's old?
No.
Oh, God, here's this guy.
But she just did it. You know where G-Force is?
Yeah, that little gymnast over there.
That's where she did it at. Did it on like Monday nights from 6 to 6:30. I mean, it wasn't even nothing. That
place was still there? I didn't know that place has been there that long. No, I'm not saying your sister's old by any means.
Oh, no, she's 32. Yeah, she's 6 years younger than me.
Okay.
But yeah,
By the way, speaking of your family, Derek, I don't know if I'm right, but I had someone pop up on my Facebook like friend suggestions, and it has to be your dad.
my
Does your
baby.
dad does he have kind of like long hair?
Yes, sir.
Y'all
But I'm
think this
hey,
is
do
hilarious.
you want me to tell you? Let me tell you his haircut. It's your golfer, bald on top with the back.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Hulk Hogan's
Yes,
haircut.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is your dad. Okay, well, I didn't know for sure if it was, and I had to click the picture because I couldn't tell. I didn't know if like you had a brother. I knew you had a sister. I didn't know if you had a brother or not.
Nope, I got three
But
sisters.
well, there we go.
Yeah.
I've seen your dad, and well, you look like him.
Yes, sound like
You
him
need
too, man. We helped a guy open up a flooring store in Paris, Texas, and my
Mhm.
dad was a salesman, and I helped do the installs. Well, he was out of the office one day, and one of the reps called, and I answered the phone, and they just started talking to me. They were just like, "Hey, we don't, that product's not going to be ready for another week. They're not going to do this," and we had a 5-10 minute conversation, and I was just like, yep, yeah, that sounds. And they were like, "So everything sounds good?" I was like, "I mean, it sounds good to me. Do you want me to tell my dad to call you back?" "Oh, I thought that was right." I said, "Nope, this is Derek." "Oh, y'all sound just." I mean, we had a conversation.
Hey, that's pretty awesome. I forgot I meant to text you that, but I was like, yeah. When we were talking about family, I thought of it. So I was like, I gotta let him know.
Yeah,
Um,
no, you're good.
Well, hold on. I was trying something here.
I had it on too, man.
What is up, man?
What's up?
How are you?
I'm great. I just figured since y'all are streaming on OTST, the fans want to see their MVP. So on our live page, so I figured I'd jump in here.
Well,
And,
you came in the right moment. You came in the right
I
moment.
strategically timed that. That was a great interview, guys. I got to give y'all props on that.
Thank you.
We
Man.
enjoy them. Like I
Yeah.
said, I'm steadily trying to find different things. Like I said, we had the steer wrestler on. We've had the lacrosse lady on. We had the hockey guy. We hadn't had a gymnast yet. So I said, let's see what we can come up with.
You know who I'm trying to get, and so if she comes across this or someone in our neighborhood, because she's from the Montgomery area, she is massive on TikTok. Like she was like one of the originals on TikTok. Maddie McKee, the shortstop for LSU softball.
Oh, I've reached out to her twice.
Yeah.
She replied once. She said, "Not now."
Okay, well,
Like she was busy.
She's at home for summer. I don't know what's going on, but Maddie, your former coach, your former teacher who taught you U.S. history every day for 187 days of your junior year of high school, is begging you to come on the show.
Well,
right.
you do know that her house burned down.
That is a very sad story.
Yes, I seen that today. Like she posted a TikTok on it. She was standing in the pool. She's like, the house is gone, but the pool's still here. Like the pool was empty, and I mean behind her the house was just gone.
Wow.
But she was in good spirits about it. I mean, so I guess it might have been a couple days ago, a week or so ago. I don't know. But yes, I have reached out to her a couple times to try to get her on as well.
Yes. So funny story about Maddie is, so this is the year after like a COVID. So it was like 2021, and like people were like, "Coach, get in these dances and be TikTok famous." I'm like, I'm not getting that crap. And and Maddie was all like, "Coach, I'm like, I'm famous or something like that." Or someone said she was famous on there, and I was all like, "Nah, y'all joking or whatever." And sure enough, she's got like 275,000 followers on TikTok. And stuff like this. Like the other day, she was just live cooking her breakfast or dinner or something, and got more views than I'll ever dream of. So
maybe that's what we need to do. We need to start cooking on here.
Yeah,
we don't want to do that.
Well, boys, I don't want to overtake the show. What y'all got coming up next?
Well, we're about to do our segment every Wednesday, which is we call it the Rank That segment. And I came up with a very interesting one that I think it's basketball, so it's right up your alley. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it on stage here. I found this list. As you can see, it says GOAT, arguably top 5, previous era legends, arguably top 10, active prime MVPs, all-time greats, and outside top 20. First thought, looking at this, do you like it? Do you disagree? What are your thoughts?
I already told you I disagree with it. I think, again, controversial. Say what you want. I think Bron's too high. I think Shaq and Steph are too low. I think Dwayne Wade is too low. That's where I'm at on the situation.
All-time greats. I look at that. I don't even know who the first two are, to be honest with you.
That's Dr. J. I don't know who the second one is.
Is that Oscar?
No,
Oscar's on
Oscar's
Previous
a
Legends.
previous legend. I don't know who the second one is.
God,
The fact that they have Dwayne Wade and Charles Barkley in the same ranking is definitely off.
Hey, man,
I'm not knocking Charles Barkley, but that's kind of knocking on Dwayne Wade, in my opinion.
Chuck was the man.
No, he
Chuck-
was the man. He was just on terrible teams.
And I'm going to be honest with you. This is going to be another controversial take. Overall, I like Wade better than I like KD.
Real well,
I don't think that's controversial at all. KD is a hired gun champion. Wade did it on his
In his third year.
granted, he was with Shaq, but so was Kobe for 3 of them. So
Yeah. LeBron had Shaq and didn't do nothing with him.
any list that has LeBron next to or near the word GOAT is automatically invalid. It's automatically invalid.
I agree.
Whoever made this, I don't know where you got this.
let's just say I know I can tell you. I don't want to tell you who made it. Let's just say he is on the Fox network and he made this.
Yeah,
No.
it's probably someone who gets paid money to do this, as we don't yet. And that. Look, I respect what the man did and is doing. He is a great of the game, but GOAT, Kobe's ahead of LeBron.
I agree.
I even go as far as
Magic and
saying
Bird.
this.
I
I think, and maybe this is me being biased. I've always thought this. I'm not going to say he's necessarily GOAT, but I think he's above LeBron, and I would pick Tim Duncan over LeBron on that tier. Maybe not as a GOAT, but above LeBron. Personally, I still think I say this all the time. He's so underrated. It's funny as I seen something the other day, and obviously I'm in every San Antonio Spurs social media, multiple different pages, and everyone keeps saying, well, he had David Robinson. Okay, he did. But he had David Robinson. But everyone keeps saying he had Manu and Parker. But Manu didn't even start. Okay,
They were both second rounders.
Well, Manu might be the greatest 6 man of all time.
Oh, he is. I mean, there's no doubt. He could have started.
Okay.
He
Yes,
could have
that's
started
who it is.
anywhere.
Moses
Thank you.
Malone is next to Dr. J. That's right. Good pull, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I mean,
I did see something today. It's very funny that you brought this up because I saw something today and I almost wanted to bring it up in the chat, but I didn't. One of the greatest things for LeBron that they use is that he went to 9 straight finals in the East, right? He ran through the East. The one thing that hurts that debate is Kawhi went to the East for 1 year and went straight to the championship.
Yeah,
Well-
the East is not a beast.
No.
It was people want to say Jordan's East was easy in the 90s. I'm going to argue that it wasn't. That Pacers team, especially in that 98, man, that was a hell of a team. I agree with Reggie Miller. If you go back and watch The Last Dance, which I just did, Reggie Miller believes they had the better team, but they had Michael Jordan.
Yes.
So, and I don't necessarily disagree with that. The East has been weak forever. I mean, it's weak now.
yeah.
I mean, and then you add the injuries into the East.
Oh my lord, the
You know,
East is going to be like wide open this year. I feel like because like the injuries.
Hey, I called it the Magic and Knicks Eastern Conference Finals.
if I'll tell you this much, if LeBron really wanted to win another ring, he would have re-signed in Cleveland, or he would have went to Cleveland. If he really wanted to win, because they're already constructed with Donovan Mitchell.
I agree.
And Darius Garland and those boys. So, like, I don't think he's serious about it. But back to your list here, I feel like, you know, I feel like Kobe, Bird, and Magic are all higher for me than LeBron James. I
agree.
Where the hell is Allen Iverson?
Not on here.
Well, I noticed.
Where do you have him ranked all time?
I will say, I respect one part of this list that this individual that you will not name, and I'm not asking you to name, has enough respect to have Dirk on this list.
And he should.
Oh, he should.
I'll tell you who did this. I don't care. It's Nick Wright.
One of the ones that didn't get fired from Fox.
Yeah.
Yes. One of the other ones that didn't get fired. Yes.
There's some job openings, fellas.
No joke.
Resume.
Obviously, the Fox ain't that great if they're letting people go. Maybe, I don't know.
Dirk is. Somebody else that's not on this list for me that I think probably should have been over Moses Malone. Where's Kevin Garnett at? I think that Kevin Garnett's a great power forward, top 5 power forward of all time.
Another part of this I don't like is the active primes is just 2. It's kind of crazy, just those 2. You're not going to put Shea on that list?
So this is what I don't like about this is if you're going to have an active prime, you have to put Curry down there. Now, he might be on the back end of his prime.
He ain't in his prime.
But he's still active. So that could have been Kevin Garnett's spot and put Curry on the active list. So I think Oscar. I don't like the way it's broke down either. Like if you want to do,
that's my problem.
If you want to do 1 through 3, if you want to do 4 through 6 or whatever, but the way it's worded, I don't like that either.
I would like to hear Nick Wright actually break this down. Right?
Well, I think he did. I don't know if it was recent, but
I'm sure he did. I don't watch a ton of
Fox Sports like that. Me neither. That's why
I do watch I tune into First Things First every once in a while, and I actually enjoyed Breakfast Ball once in a while. One of the ones they just canceled, and individuals on the other shows that got canceled. I actually like Emmanuel Acho. Not in a leading role, but in a supporting role.
Yes.
And well, I no one in the Speak one. I wasn't really a fan of Speak. I damn sure didn't like Shady McCoy.
Something else I don't like about this is maybe it's at this list, but maybe it's a person on this list. I don't really care. I mean, maybe this sounds bad, but like Giannis being on this list to me is kind of whatever. He's not going to win another one, especially assuming he's being loyal to Milwaukee, which he's doing. But
next year could be the year.
Did y'all see he's playing point guard? They came out today and said he will play a lot of point guard this coming season, which is perfect for him because he's a straight drive down the lane guy. He can't shoot threes. He doesn't have a mid range. He drives and dunks and then shoots 37-second free throws. That's who he is.
I don't know. I don't know why I think because yes, he won one in Milwaukee, which hadn't been done in a long time, which is, not knocking that. There's just something about Giannis. I don't know if he should be on any kind of list of talking about some of the greatest. Like he's won one, which is great. A lot of people have won one. Look at Robert Horry, who's won 7. He doesn't get talked about. Like, I understand he wasn't the guy. He was never a guy on the team. He was always the supporting cast. But he had big moments. I mean, Robert Ory's Robert Ory. But I think this list is just too. I don't know. I'm not a fan of any of it. I agree. I don't like how they divided it up.
Bringing Robert Ory up on anywhere in comparison to anyone on this list is lunacy, sir.
I mean,
yes.
what about a Harden?
He got 5 rings when he was playing. You gonna throw him in the mix too?
Who?
Steve Kerr's got 5 rings.
Steve Kerr would be in the previous era legends.
I mean, like, what are we talking about here?
I will tell you who's not on this list also that I think you got Westbrook. You've got Harden. I mean, I know that
they don't have chips. That's why they're not on here.
Well, you could be a previous, or you could, well, and
neither does Barkley.
Could be,
neither does Malone.
That's true.
Malone's got a few MVPs. Like, it's like the active in prime. Yeah, the way this is broken down, it's not a top 20 list or a top 25 list of all time. It's different categories. If you're not in one, you might be in this one. So it's an interesting way to put it together. Like, if you're not arguably top 5, then you're probably one of the all-time greats, like Dr. J.
Yeah.
There's a lot of players you could throw out there that may have more talent or were great players. Like for me, I got his hanging up here. Vince Carter. Where does Jason Kidd rank? Where does Steve Nash rank? A 2-time MVP who never got a chip. There's a lot of players out there you can make that argument for. So the way this is broken down, it kind of makes it weird. But to put some respect on Giannis's name, pairing him to Robert Ory. Good Lord, you're just mad because people are wanting him to go to San Antonio.
I don't want him in San Antonio.
Hey, did y'all happen to see the Bleacher Report listing that came out today?
No.
What kind of listing is it?
NBA ranking, greatest all time.
Oh yeah, Jordan was number 1.
Kobe was 11.
Yeah, which is asinine.
Kobe was 11. I don't care what you say about that man. You cannot tell me 8 better players in NBA history than Kobe.
This is the cycle of sports figures I think we're seeing with Kobe Bryant. Because when he was like, the next best thing to Jordan, he'll never be Jordan. And then he kind of garnered his respect after winning 5, and then he retired, and it was kind of like everyone's like, he was one of the best of all time.
Yeah.
And then he dies, and he's like, could he be in the GOAT? And now we're few years removed from his death, and now everyone wants to throw it.
Yes.
It doesn't really matter.
Yes.
Which is crazy. That's just disrespectful.
So quick.
Hey, just a little off topic here, but some breaking news. 8-time Pro Bowler Von Miller is signing with the Washington Commanders.
Oh my Lord.
Yep.
That defense is going to be stupid.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
But yeah, this is what I had for rank that guys this week. Again,
I got one too. I told you I had one for you.
Okay, yeah.
And that case is on. Casey can jump in it as well. So we're gonna rank college football rivalry games.
Okay,
I've got 6. Okay.
Hold on. You said you got 6. Okay.
I got 6. I'm not going to tell you what I got. It's a blind rank.
I can already tell you one right now.
Blind rank.
I can tell you number 1 is what.
It might not be on the list. These are mine. These are what I just pulled off.
If what me and Dustin are thinking about isn't on your list sucks.
Well, we're probably different.
Here we go. Dustin's is like Texas versus Oklahoma. Texas versus Oklahoma. It's all Texas teams. Those aren't rivalries, Dustin.
Texas versus Texas State.
Yes.
No.
The I-35 showdown trophy.
Okay, I'm going to give you one right now before you even say one. Michigan, Ohio State's got to be on your list.
No.
That's crazy.
Your
Now,
vote is
no,
invalid.
time out. I think that is a great rivalry. It's one of the top 3 of all time. These are just random ones I pulled off of a list.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay,
this
these
isn't what I think are the
okay.
best ones. These are just random ones I pulled off of a list.
Okay, you were
Okay.
very, very confusing on
My
that.
bad. My bad.
Okay.
Okay. 1 through 5 and an honorable mention. Blind rank it. Bedlam, Oklahoma State.
I mean,
Honorable mention.
Casey,
Yeah.
honorable mention.
Yeah.
Same with you, Dustin.
yeah, I think so. That's got to. That's got to be the worst of your list. I hope.
Of course, I don't know what's coming. You might be throwing out Oregon State over there.
The Civil War. No, we're not Civil War in it.
I thought that was the Paul Bunyan one. The Oregon.
I think that's a Civil War. I thought. I'll be wrong. I'll go back and look at that one.
That makes no sense because they did not participate.
No, that's the point of it. I guess I don't know. The Iron Bowl.
I'm putting that I don't know what's coming. I'm putting that one number 1. If you've already said Ohio State, Michigan isn't in there. So the Iron Bowl is to me it's a top 3 rivalry. With
I'm gonna go 3.
And,
Dustin's gonna go 3.
I'm gonna go 3.
okay.
Iron for Dustin. All right. Texas OU Red River rivalry.
Number 2 for me since I already.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, I don't know what the other ones. So I'm gonna go 2. I'm not gonna go 1. I hope there's a better one out there. I could put it 1, but give me 2 for that as well.
They're hoping.
All right. The world's largest cocktail party. Georgia versus Florida.
5.
5.
Give me 4.
And the reason is Florida has been horrible for so long now. It's not even a rivalry.
I like that answer.
Maybe do they play this year?
Yeah, they play every year. That's
be a better game. It'll be a better game this year. I'll call that. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be like a blowout for either one. But
where are you putting them there, DD?
He put them at 4.
I put
You
them
put
at
'em-
4. I put them at 4. Yeah.
My
yeah.
bad.
All right,
So
we got
Elijah Craig boys. It's the
we got 2 left. We got
Okay.
2 left.
I want to hear both of them before I put my 5 and my 1. I don't want to.
No sir, no sir.
Okay.
The Egg Bowl, Ole Miss, Mississippi State.
Oh yeah, put that at 5.
4.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I mean, yeah. Put it at 5.
All right.
I'm putting it at 4 because I'm hoping like Dustin is that you got something better on your last one.
The one and only, the Lone Star Showdown, Texas versus Texas A&M.
That's got to be number 1. Let's do it.
That would be number 3. So
That'd be 3 for you, yeah.
on my list.
I
think
saw-
it's respectable.
Yeah, like I said, the only thing I would have probably changed,
I cannot believe Michigan and Ohio State is not on that list that you got that from.
it's on that list. I just didn't pick it.
So there's probably a list of 20-25 bowl games, and they ranked, and he just picked 5.
There's 25 of them.
Damn,
And I just picked, and some of them are I've never. So do you know what? Do you know what they call Iowa State versus Kansas State?
That is, I don't know.
The Farmageddon. I mean, Marshall versus Western Kentucky, the Moonshine Throwdown.
Oh, I need to go to that.
I mean, some of these
moonshine everywhere.
Oregon versus Oregon State is the Civil War.
It's the stupidest name ever. You weren't involved.
One of my favorite ones is Pittsburgh versus West Virginia, the backyard brawl. I like. They just played the first one in like 10 years this past season. And then of course you've got Tennessee versus Alabama. Any guess on what that one's called?
The Nick Saban ass kicker.
Close. It's called the third Saturday in October. That's what they play the third Saturday in October all the time.
Hey,
What
hold
they call
on.
TCU, SMU. Wasn't that one discontinued here recently?
Yeah, it's something, but I don't know.
Can't remember. Like
Speaking of
Jesus'
that,
favorite or something like that.
I want to bring this up real quick, Derek, and this is for you.
I'm
What
with
makes you think Nick Saban is coming back?
Dude, there have been multiple people, not just Greg McElroy, but there have been multiple people, quote unquote, in the inner circle that said he is itching to get back into coaching.
Man,
And like I said, this is one from Twitter, one from Instagram. There's been 2 or 3 posts on Facebook, and this is how I look at stuff like this. Just like this whole LeBron thing. LeBron has not came out and said, "I don't want to be traded. I'm going to be a Laker. I want to stay here." He hadn't said a word. He could end all of it with just coming out and saying, "No, I'm here." Saban ain't done that. Saban hasn't came out and said, "This is where I'm at. I'm retired."
Has.
When? In the last 2 days?
Not in the last 2 days, but since he's been retired, he has said he didn't want to coach no more.
Yeah, but now, who is this? Josh Saban's not coming back. Texas retired. Texas retired him his last year in Tuscaloosa.
Let's go.
Get out of here with that crap.
Retired him. But he did now. Again, he was on the podcast with Ryan Clark and the group.
Mm-hmm.
And this was last year. And he said he was done. He said I'm not coaching no more.
Guess what? If I'm done, when I retire at 62, and then my job says, "Hey, we're going to give you a blank check. Come back for 2 more years." Okay, let me go get $40 million a year. I don't care if I win. I'll go 0-12. I don't care. I'll go 0-12.
I don't think he likes where college is right now.
Yeah,
I think the recruiting hurt him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he likes the recruiting, the NIL, all that stuff. Like, I don't think he likes that. Like, I think he came out right not knowing what was going to happen, but like maybe he had a feeling it was going to happen. And he's making more than enough money doing what he's doing. Probably the same amount, maybe not, but close to it. Well, why would he?
And I think, and I know money talks, right? But
it does.
I think at his age and his career and the money he's taken on, or not taken on, the money he's made already, I don't know if money entices him enough. I think
that's what.
The only argument that I could say for this, and I agree with Dustin, and I don't think he's coming back, is that if it levels the playing field in the NIL, where quarterbacks this year get this much, linebackers are getting them. Basically, you have a structured NIL cap where it's all even again, and then where coaching and environment and culture make a difference, and there's a reel in on the transfer portal. I think he might come back then when it gets a little more like the college football he was used to dominating, instead of, because you think about it, how many quarterbacks are running backs? Alabama's arguably running back right? Mm-hmm. Is how many running backs sat behind a great running back for a year or two at Alabama, and then they
every team.
Yeah, and then they come out and bam, explode on the scene and are a Heisman candidate. So
I forgot the guy's name. Dallas drafted him in the 3rd round or 4th round. He was their 3rd string running back. He didn't hardly play, and he got drafted. I mean, that's just what Saban did.
Oh, Felix Jones?
No.
He was Arkansas.
It starts with an S. I can't think. I have to go look it up. But I enjoy stuff like that, because as far as is he coming back? Is he not coming back? We don't know, because then you start thinking about all these scenarios. Running back you for the last 2. I mean, maybe.
No, I will. Josh, I'm the big UT fan.
He's reaching.
That's a reach.
Your burnt orange is starting to show.
Alabama. It's hard to take that from Alabama.
It is. But
actually, if we're gonna go down that road, I would put Penn State over UT in that best running back you over.
What about Ohio State?
Well, they all go to jail apparently.
Georgia's been throwing people out. I mean,
I'm assuming y'all saw Junkins is already in trouble
yes,
and he ain't even played a game
idiot.
yet.
That
Hey,
dude,
and I don't know if y'all are going to bring this up or if y'all talked about it. I'm sure it's on the to-do list. But the Stewart situation with Cincinnati?
Oh yeah.
I was going to talk about that tonight. I love it because he's coming back to A&M. Helps the D line. I love it.
First of all, I didn't know you could do that.
If you haven't signed, I mean, I didn't know you could go all the way through the draft and do it. I thought you could do it up to the draft, like maybe you
Mhm.
declared. But man,
Don't you think? Look at it this way, guys. Who's going to want to draft someone that's already being this difficult and hadn't stepped on the field yet?
Yeah, his draft stock, he's definitely not a first rounder again.
yeah,
No.
Unless he comes out and has 25 sacks. But I that's a great point, is who wants to deal with the headache already? Now, he may say I can make a lot of NIL money, and if I don't get drafted, I'm already set for life. And that's one of the things, this is the type of shit you're going to start seeing with these players, that if it's not all hunky-dory where they're at,
they're going to bounce.
This is the type of these. He went through the whole process. He should not be able to go back to college football. That is stupid.
I completely agree.
He should be in the CFL or trying to get a WWE contract if you don't want to play for the Bengals.
Well, did you see? Speaking of contracts, 30 of 32 second rounders have not signed their contract yet. The reason
this guy.
No, not because of Stewart, because of Houston. That wide receiver out of, I believe, Iowa State, Jaden, that they drafted, they gave him a fully guaranteed contract, first ever for a second rounder. Now all of the second rounders want a fully guaranteed contract, and all the teams are saying no.
This is the problem with this. There's a bunch of they're trying to follow in the footsteps of somebody else, and they're trying to dictate their career off of what somebody else is getting or doing. Like, now that Stewart's done this, okay, well, who's the next player to do it? I bet we'll have more next year. If you're not going to give me what I want, I'm just going to go back to college and play and make some money, make better than whatever. You're not giving me what I want, so I'm going to go back. It's ruining everything within the system. Like, why does Stewart have that much control and he ain't even played a snap in the NFL? That's my problem. That's my problem with it.
Do you think it keeps kids in college longer?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I love that. I love that, because now you get 4 full years of a great player instead of 3. And then sitting out a ball game.
I have always thought that, kind of like how they do with, like, on the women's side of basketball, you should have to stay a certain amount of years anyways. Like, why like, I don't care who you are. Like Cam Ward, he played for a long time. Okay, great. He deserved to go to the NFL now.
Well,
but like you
can't go to the NFL until you're 3 years out of high school.
Yeah, in football. Basketball is different. Basketball, you can go one and done. But as far as football, you've got to stay.
I just think you should have to stay, man. I don't know. I mean, especially now that you're making money, if you're going to come, like, and this is something I know we've talked about, Derek, and I'm sure y'all have talked about too, Casey, is like, once you commit to something like in the collegiate level, stay committed to it. Like, especially if you're the quarterback of the future of that college or whatever it might be. Like, and I'm going to name someone in particular. And yes, I'm top. Like, Arch Manning could have left Texas and played anywhere, in my opinion, if he really wanted to. But he played 2 years behind Quinn Ewers and stuck it out. And now he has his chance. Like, I think if you make that move, go compete for the spot and try to play your college career. Don't go play and bounce around every year until you find that school, whether it's Division 1, 2, or 3, or JUCO, if that comes down to it. Because if you go from D1 to JUCO, you get 2 extra years of college now, and don't even count against your 4-year college. So, like, so much bouncing around. That's why I hate where it is now, and that it's like the NCAA is just letting it run wild. And I don't get it.
Here's an interesting point, and I agree that it's the Wild Wild West and it's out of control. When you let things go out of control, I don't know if y'all noticed, but Congress is starting to get involved in this process, and they're starting to put up legislation to govern all this crap. And if the NCAA and these athletes who there's people around them giving them terrible advice, if they would reel it in and say, okay, this has gone too far, we pushed the envelope, our bad, we're going to push it, we're going to come back.
Hey, what's going on, Evan? Evan on
I've
TikTok.
talked about it extensively on rules or ideas that I think that if like the transfer portal, you get one freebie, you get another one if your coach leaves, right? That gives you two opportunities potentially to go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you don't like it, then you made your choice. You are technically a grown man. I hate when people call these people kids because they're 18, they can go die for their country. They're playing a sport. They got, and especially in today's world, they can have the greatest people around them now giving them financial and career advice. But and then the college athletics needs to reel it in, and it has to start with the SEC. If the SEC would say, "Hey, we're going to have a salary cap, Big Ten,"
everybody will follow suit.
Everyone else will follow suit.
Yep.
And so it has gone insane because when you let it go crazy, you're letting too many cooks in the kitchen trying to fix the problem, and you do not want government involved in this process. That's the last thing you want.
I mean, look what Nico from Tennessee has done. He thought he was going to be in such a better situation. Oh, I didn't do great my first year at Tennessee. I'm going to go elsewhere. And then look what happened. You're making a lot more money, and you're probably not in, I don't know how good UCLA is going to be. I mean, they haven't been good in
They ain't going to do nothing in the Big Ten. I can tell you that.
They're not going to compete in the Big Ten because, well, you got, Oregon, Ohio State, and so forth. So, I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. Everyone wants to jump ship when it doesn't go the way. If you don't win a national championship, if someone doesn't win a national championship, they're wanting to jump ship to what they think could potentially be a better situation. But I agree, Casey. When you make that decision to sign with that college, that was a grown man decision. And like you said, you get a freebie. And then if a coach leaves, I get that. Like, I understand those. But if you're just jumping ship just to jump ship, nah, they got to stop that. It's ruining football. Like, if Nico, I'm assuming they brought him in to build that team around him for the future, and he jumped ship after year one, and you're having to revamp the offense in a sense. You got to find your quarterback and go. I mean, it's gotten out of hand.
Football, every college sport now.
Yes,
football is just the most visible, and then you follow that with college basketball.
Right, it's all sports. I mean,
I didn't see the whole interview with your gymnast. It would have been interesting to ask her about that. Or do you have gymnasts that move on quickly if they're not competing for the team, or is that?
Well, so she did kind of touch on it. She did not do anything her freshman year because she kept messing up and she wasn't up to par, and so she didn't get to compete in anything. But stuck it out, and she was actually the 2025 gymnast breakout athlete of the year in gymnast. So
I'm just wondering if there are a lot of girls who don't do that in that sport. Are there a lot of girls in?
Yeah,
I know the transfer portal in softball.
yeah,
it is.
There's a picture. I'm actually wearing the shirt. Well, it's Leander basketball, but at Leander softball, her name is SJ, and dominant pitcher, goes to Oklahoma, does well at Oklahoma, but probably isn't the ace there, and then transfers to like an SEC school, and like for more opportunity. I don't know exactly why. I don't want to speak on the situation because I don't know all the facts, but she left Oklahoma when they're winning all those 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 championships, whatever the hell they won in a row, which is insane.
It was going for 5.
Everybody nowadays wants to be the main guy or the main girl or whatever. They don't want to play a role. Like, could you imagine if Dennis Rodman went to the Bulls organization and said, "Hey, I want to be the man. I want you to run the offense through me." No, Dennis did his job. And I've said this before on here. There was a 4-game stretch that he averaged 0 points and 22 plus rebounds. That was his job. He was the rebounder. Yeah, go get me a bucket if you can. If not, I got it handled. I've got bucket getters. I need rebounders. I need a defensive guy. But nowadays, everybody wants to be Steph. Everybody wants to be LeBron. Kevin Durant's a prime example. Oh, I'm not the guy in Golden State. I'm gonna go be the guy in Brooklyn. Oh, I'm the guy here, but the team sucks because I'm the guy. I'm gonna go to Phoenix. Well, the team sucks here, and I'm not the guy, so I'm gonna go to Houston. Houston's gonna take a major fall off because Kevin Durant is gonna try to be the guy instead of playing a role.
I think you have a huge lack of, and this goes back to the psyche of an athlete to when they're developing, is when mom and dad, these AAU coaches, these baseball travel coaches, everyone tells you you're the guy, and you do this. So like when I was in high school, I graduated in 2004. 21 years ago. That's insane to me to say that it was 21 years ago that I graduated high school. If you wanted to be on a travel team or an AAU basketball team, you had to be one of the best dudes at your school because there was only a few of them around. And it was basically a city all-star team, and you would go to another city and play their all-star team, their all-star AAU team, and you were one of the best to go do it. Now everyone has their team, everyone has their organization. TJ Ford's got 47 teams here in Houston. Rashard Lewis has 25 different level teams, and if your kid doesn't make it, you as dad Dustin can go make his own team if he wants to. So little foo Johnny can sit there and play.
So he can get his time, yeah.
Yeah, and instead of learning how to be about it, and then they get to high school or even junior high, and they're not playing 30 minutes a game, and they wonder why they can't dominate the sport, and it translates all the way up to the highest level as we're seeing.
It does.
So.
It does. I mean, like, look at the NBA. Look how much movement we have. And I'm speaking on the NBA because I see it more every year. Like how much movement we have. I mean, look at the Clippers right now. They're all 40 years old trying to win a championship. Like they're old.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like when you look at some of these teams that have done well in the NBA, like I'm going to pick on OKC. I'm going to pick on Indiana because they were in the finals. Like they actually built those teams. They drafted outside of Halliburton. And outside of Pascal. But even like Pascal Siakam, like he wasn't the man in Toronto. It was Kawhi, and he was under Kawhi, and you could even say Kyle Lowry. Like you see those teams are starting to succeed more because they're like literally just building the team and drafting. Yeah, you're going to have to make some moves, and you're going to get some people, but they're not always your core pieces every time. Like OKC. Like you drafted, I mean, Shea landed in your lap because of a trade with Paul George, right? So that like landed in your lap. I guarantee the Clippers regret doing that trade now. It didn't ever work out for them.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that would be an interesting segment, by the way. How many trades do the Clippers regret?
oh my God, a lot.
I feel like they've traded away everyone.
Everybody.
Turned out great.
Yeah,
the guys
that's
they
some...
kept were horrible, like Michael Olukewandi or whatever his name was.
Yeah, I mean, it's just every sport from high school up into professionals. There's always there's so much movement, and I think it's so much harder to build a team now. Like, that's kind of why, like, I'm glad, and maybe I'm speaking for myself and probably for Derek. I'm glad San Antonio has done nothing crazy. Like, I want them to build. I don't want to go get Giannis and give up everyone for Giannis. For what? Like, yes, I understand. Like, he's won a championship. He could help. But, like, look what they have now. Like, Carter Bryant is going to be one of the best defenders in this league at some point in time. It's going to happen. I believe it. He can't score for nothing. I'm going to give you that. We didn't draft him to score. That's why we drafted Dylan Harper. Like, there's just that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like some of these teams or a lot of these teams don't trust that process of actually building a team. It's like win now. The pressure's to win now, but sometimes you just like not the 76ers process. That's a horrible process. I'm going to say that because that process is atrocious. It hasn't worked and won't work.
Well, in theory, at the beginning, it was working. We could break that's a whole nother show. To break
I mean,
down the
yeah.
whole process. And
So
where
I just Googled Clippers trade history.
oh, good Lord.
And I
Gotta
mean,
be
this goes all the way back. I mean, as far as I want to go with it, but it is so funny because you look at this Paul George trade. That's what I'm looking at right now. Like it says, Clippers acquire Paul George. Oklahoma City acquires 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 assets on this trade. The same thing happened with Philly and James Harden. They got James Harden and PJ Tucker and gave up like thing. It's not just 1 and 1. They're giving up 4 and 5 pieces for one player, and none of it has worked out.
Yeah, I think if you look at the history of massive trades, you're generally, if you're the team trading for the quote unquote better asset, you're normally on the losing part of the trade.
I agree.
GM did or GM Dom in that realm, and I think the GMs who do it smart, you make smart trades to improve your team in certain areas, but you have to understand the cost you're giving up. And I think a lot of GMs, I mean, they get to the position that they're at for a reason. I probably will not ever be a NBA general manager, and you probably wouldn't want me to.
I don't want to
because I wouldn't be probably the nicest guy about some things. Probably be a little too honest and not play the political game.
I couldn't be a GM. No.
But when you give up, and there's always a cost opportunity in simple economics, right? And an asset, weighing here, and you give up the future for the present, and there's only been very few teams that have been ever to trade an asset and still win in the near future. It just doesn't happen very often.
Yep.
So one segment that we didn't get to last week on the show that I want to get into tomorrow night on our show is this the beginning of the end for Oklahoma City? Because now they're having to start to pay these assets.
Yep.
Things of that nature. So if you want to hear the analysis of that, tune in tomorrow night.
And overpay.
So, but yeah, and the Spurs having that many picks, I mean, they're probably going to move some of those to make their team better and get, maybe better 2 and 3 tier guys, I would say, because your first and second round picks are 50-50 at best, So
I guess while we're harping on the Clippers, y'all like the Bradley Beal? I love the contract. 2 years, $11 million. I mean, that you can't beat that. That's a steal.
It's a steal, but I mean, like I said, I mean the Clippers are old as dirt, man.
Yeah.
And by the way, speaking of old, I did not realize that Nicholas Batum was only 36. Okay, I thought he was every bear creeping up in them 40s. Like Brook Lopez is older than him, which I didn't know that. But where's the youth on the team?
Oh, there isn't. I mean, and I think the counter argument could be is young teams. The Oklahoma City Thunder are the first young team to win a championship. Your average age is closer to 30 normally when you're winning championships. So OKC really broke that mold when it comes to that trend. So you could say the experience matters, but you're talking about guys who haven't stayed healthy. Bradley Beal, to me, should have went to a team to be the sixth man somewhere.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
He needed to be come off the bench and throw that mother up.
But he went to the Clippers. Well, is he from that area, by the way? I don't know where he's from.
Yes, he's from Los Angeles.
Okay, so that's probably more of a home move. But I mean, I mean, because you have what? You have Kawhi, James Harden, him. You've got Brooke Lopez. You got Nicholas Batum, and you have Zubac. You know, he's probably one of the younger-ish ones. I
I
mean,
think
he's
he's
not
in
like
his 30s.
so. I mean, I'm assuming this is like a win now move, maybe.
Oh, it has to be.
I mean, because you're not getting nothing out of it. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
James Harden had a renaissance year last year.
he did.
But to me, I think he's going to fall back a little bit. I think
Oh, yeah.
Kawhi is pretty much done as far as his dominance. I mean, he's still a great player. I think he's a really good 2 or 3 option on a team that is competing. And then you throw Beal in there. I just think Beal should have went to, a team that is going to contend, and I would have went to the East if I was him as well.
I was going to say, what about Detroit? Like, he could have went and played for them.
Boston, he would have had a starting role at the beginning of the year until Tatum comes back, and then he could be the 6th man.
I'd say that's the thing that hurt Carmelo's career. He kept trying to be Denver, New York Melo instead of transitioning into that 6th man role or transitioning to that 7th man role where I think he could have flourished. Just come off the bench and score.
Maybe because I just literally watched it today, so it's fresh in my mind. I just watched on Amazon Prime. They have a legacy documentary on Vince Carter. And so it's really fresh in my mind. It's really well done. And they go through his transition of after he leaves New Jersey, or actually after he leaves Orlando, he gets traded to Phoenix, and he talks about that process of moving out of being a starting role and a ball dominant guy or having the ball to score. And, that was really, really interesting. So to me, Vince is like, he went even farther up in my mind as far as great players and having a great career. But I didn't realize his last shot was the last game before COVID with Atlanta.
Yeah,
it
sure was.
I did not realize that. But
yeah, his last year was in Atlanta.
But well, I knew it was in Atlanta. I just didn't know it was COVID year. Like, and Trae Young and those guys talk about it like they were like they didn't really know at the time. No one did back in 2020, but they're like, this could be Vince's last game. Like, they just canceled the Utah game because of Rudy Gobert getting COVID.
And touching everything like an idiot.
And so, so like he hits his last shot, Trae Young comes back and tosses it back to him and he hits it. So, but his transition and then going to the Mavericks where Rick Carlisle talks about he asked to be the 6th man and, to come off the bench and stuff like that. So, what's Josh got on his last, Josh, the MVP of the comments section today, I'll say that. Tune in tomorrow night, Josh, and do it again, please.
Yeah, for sure, man. Tune in for On Time Sports. Any characters coming out tomorrow? We keeping it just...
Well, so we were long-winded on a couple of subjects last week. So Sir George should be there. Manager B. Boach, possibly. And we got to see how Cooper Flagg's doing with the Mavs and Coach J. Kidd thinks about him to this point. So,
by the way, what are you thinking on the Mavs this year coming up? I know we got till October, and what's your expectations for the Mavericks this year?
I mean, there's always an if, right?
Yep.
If healthy, I think they can win a championship. But that is a massive if. That is a capital letter, 36-point font, if. Might even be big enough, just one letter per page, big if. But I love the roster. I'm not going to – I still think Nico was stupid in making that trade when he made it. Sometimes, it's better to be lucky than good. They were lucky that Cooper Flag fell in their lap. But I would have rather had Quentin Grimes rather than D'Angelo Russell personally. But it's a deep roster, man. I love Christie. Max Christie coming off the bench.
He
As
played
well
good
as
for them last year.
you should have a healthy Lively and a healthy Gafford anchor in the middle that frees up Anthony Davis if he stays healthy.
I saw Lively just had surgery this week.
Yeah, it was some bone spurs he was dealing with, and he should be healthy by training camp from all the reports.
Okay.
But I love the team as constructed. It's obviously not constructed for the long term. This is a 2-year really thing, like Nico Harrison said. So, but yeah.
That's awesome.
If healthy, and we all know Kyrie's not coming back till probably March. So I don't know.
Sometime after the break.
Yeah, I don't know if next year is the year, but I think year 2, if Cooper ascends on an upward level, I don't know how quickly he ascends, but if he takes a step up from freshman year to sophomore year, I think they could be legitimate contenders in Cooper year's second year. And I think that would kind of be like a last hurrah for Kyrie and AD and the older guys on the team. And then they probably do a rebuild around Cooper Flag, Lively, and Gafford.
I like it. I like it. Good take on the Mavs.
All right, boys. Well, the wife just got home. She was out getting her nails did, so that's why I hopped on. Had nothing better to do. But appreciate y'all letting me invade. And
oh yeah.
So I don't do it with any other show. I don't know if they're down with all that. So
well, Casey, remind everyone for y'all show tomorrow. What time?
Yeah, 7 p.m. y'all. Me and the old man gonna be back at it again. If you ain't seen us, you just might be entertained. If you do tune in every week, you're entertained, and you're gonna be entertained. But yeah, a lot of action going on. Got some stories we didn't get to last week that we're going to bring back this week. Like I mentioned, the character, J Kid and Sir George. Did I actually see him in London? No more honeymoon talk. That's all out. Got all my honeymoon stories out of the way. So we are back to full go sports and all that. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Josh Frazier.
I would say yeah.
Twice, good sir. But I'll say the third. I'll say the fourth. 7 p.m. tomorrow night. On Time Sports streaming on Tire Sports Network, and you can find it my Twitter at Coach Schedule, on the Tire Sports Twitch page, Facebook, you name it, we're probably on it. But appreciate y'all coming on or y'all me coming on. Appreciate y'all letting me come on. Sorry, boys, it's still Elijah Craig.
Hey, don't press that red button up top.
I'm not pressing the red button. Yeah. Matter of fact, I will. Once I shut up, I'm gonna let you. Actually, I'm just gonna click the X in the corner to where I disappear. But boys, have a good rest of your show. I appreciate it. And,
all right, man.
Until next time.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we appreciate Casey coming on, as always. Anybody can come on. We don't care. We like everybody. So, Derek, I wanted to ask you. I was looking at the Spurs roster today.
Mm-hmm.
Something's got to go.
Something has to go.
Something has to go. And by the way, shout out to my nephew. His name is Jet. He's a big Spurs fan as well. We were talking today. He thinks that Devin Vassell is at his peak. And he says he thinks is at his peak with San Antonio. Because Devin Vassell is more of a catch, get in his bag, do his move, and score. He's not a catch and shoot player in a sense. For one, do you agree with that? And do you think he's at his peak with what the San Antonio Spurs are trying to do? Can he get any better than where he's at?
I think he can play his role
Better.
better. Yes, I think he can play his role better. I will tell you what we need. They need to look at packaging something. And you might not like the package. They need to do a Keldon Johnson, either a champagne or a Shohan, and some pigs. And they need to go out and get a 4. They need to get another solid big man that's going to let Harrison Barnes go to the bench. And that'll give you a bench of Harper, Barnes, either Champagne, Cornette, or Shohan Cornette, whichever one you keep. And give you a legitimate 4. And you still got Carter Bryant sitting there that can step in and play the 2, 3, 4.
Carter, here's my thing with Carter Bryant since I've watched him been playing. Carter Bryant has to get minutes for at least the defensive side of things for San Antonio.
Oh, 100%. He's a perfect example of what I was just talking about Dennis Rodman. Like, my hopes for Carter Bryant is 2 to 5 steals or deflections, something along those lines. 5 to 7 rebounds. Now, if you go get me 10 points tonight and 2 points tomorrow, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. As long as you're hitting the boards, causing their best player to go 2 for 12 shooting while you're guarding them, maybe 2 turnovers. That you play your role. Play your role. And I'm happy with it. I don't need you offensively.
Josh, we just had this conversation about David Jones Garcia. Now, here's the problem with him. David Jones Garcia, it will not play for San Antonio unless we have injuries. But what San Antonio needs to do is sign him to a 2-way contract, let him play for the Austin Spurs, go do his thing over there. We can see he's a bucket getter. Like he's been dropping 25 plus a night on the summer league games. He's their top scorer. They need to sign him in a 2-way deal. Don't let him walk. But the problem is there's going to be teams that are going to be pushing for him. They see what he's doing. I mean, it's not unknown. But I think, and people are saying Harrison Barnes needs to go. They don't need to let Harrison Barnes go. He's the veteran now.
He's your vet. Yeah.
He's your vet now. So you need to keep him. And probably he's going to end up playing the 4 for them. So that's where I agree with the trading, Derek, because you got to get – I mean, I love Keldon Johnson. I love Devin Vassell. I love Jeremy Shohan. I love everybody on this team. But they've got to get rid of these pieces because you've got to get these other people in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Carter Bryant's got to get time. Dylan Harper's going to be the backup point guard. We know that. But you got to give these people, like, you've got to do something and go get one more. Maybe another big man wouldn't be bad. But what about this Riley Minix kid? He hit that game winner the other night. Like, can he maybe slip into playing? But the thing is, you've got to get rid of some of these guards because you can't do nothing right now. Like, you're going to be playing a bunch of small ball. I mean, you got Wemby, you got Kelly Olynyk, and you've got Cornette. Your 3-man rotation, you got to play all of them at some point. Like, they've got to get minutes too. So, like, I think there's going to be a challenge of figuring out how this roster plays out because San Antonio is actually – people don't understand how loaded they really are, and they've got to find time for everybody. And that's going to be the challenge for Mitch Johnson going into the year. Like, I think our starters are set unless we do some crazy trade that would get us a starting 4. But, like, I'm going to assume it's going to be Fox, Castle, probably Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, and Wemby. Okay? Then that's going to leave Dylan Harper, Champagne, probably Carter Bryant, Olenek, and Cornette. So what do you do with Keldon Johnson? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I hate even putting him on the outside, but like, that's who my 10-man rotation would be. And it's even rare to get a 10-man rotation in the NBA. So that's going to be the challenge going into the year is like, if we make no more moves, what do we do with all these players?
So
Because
Carter Bryant's 6'8".
he looks bigger. I mean, I believe he's 6'8", but he's so long and lean.
Champagne is 6'7". Shohan is 6'8". I mean, what if you put Bryant at your 2?
You could.
I mean,
Why
you
not?
could do you could run a small ball lineup with Harper, Bryant, Champagne, Johnson. Why not?
What do you do? What do you do with Olenek and what do you do with Olenek and Cornette? They've got to play, man.
Cornette would be my second center.
What about Olenek?
Olenek and Shohan would be fillers.
Fillers, okay. Because I love Kelly Olenek. I love him. He can pass. He can shoot.
But I'm going to tell you what
stretch.
cannot happen. Dylan Harper cannot start.
He shouldn't start. Why would he start?
Now, but I will say this. Now, hang on a minute. I'm contradicting my own self in this. Normally, if you take a top 5 player, they have to start in any league, NFL. I firmly believe that. Why am I picking a kid top 5 if I don't think they're going to start for me? But in this situation, you have a better player at that position. You took the best available player in the draft. He has to be your 6th man. Period. Has to be.
Let me tell you something else I think is going to happen, Derek. This is what I think is going to happen with De'Aaron Fox. This is my thoughts on this. Because I'm not sure if San Antonio knew how good Dylan Harper was going to be. I don't think I knew. Like, I'm not saying he's going to be like he could get Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's him flag. I really do. That's just first impressions, summer league. That's like my mindset. But I think this is what happened with Fox. I think he'll extend with San Antonio. I mean, I think there would be no reason he comes here. He wanted to come here. He doesn't extend. I don't think he does it this summer. I think he'll wait. But I think it's going to be a short-term deal, like a 3-year deal. And depending on how Dylan Harper's progress, they will get something big back in return and just get rid of him in the future if Dylan Harper is better than expected. That's my thought. Because you're going to tell me Dylan Harper's not going to start for 6-7 years in San Antonio? There's no way. He'd leave. I mean, he's young. He's young. If it takes him that long to start, I don't know if he waits that long. I mean, he might. Maybe he's that Spurs guy that would wait. But if I'm him, I'm not sure if I wait that long. And if he ends up progressing better than people expect, if he has to find his way into a starting row, who are you going to take out?
I can tell you what's going to happen.
Unless you move him to the 2.
Mm-mm. All those picks that the Spurs have, all those things, all these people want to get rid of Vassell. Vassell's your starting 3 at 6'5". Harper and Castle are both 6'6". You're going to have a starting lineup of Fox, Harper, and Castle.
That's going to be crazy, dude.
You're going to have a 6'3" point guard, a 6'6" shooting guard, a 6'6" small forward, a 7'2" center, and then you have to find somebody for that 4 spot. And that might be where the Vassell trade happens. Get a man. Let's just see. Let's just see who could be free agents next year.
This is where I agree with you. We're missing the true 4 for the future. Right? I know it takes time. I don't expect them to just be phenomenal year 1. But like year 1 of this team, Now, I do think they're going to make the playoffs, not the play-in, the playoffs. They will, if healthy, right? Of course,
I'll tell you who I would love to go get. Keegan Murray from Sacramento.
That'd be a great pick. He's young. Him and Fox have already played together. I mean,
he's 24 years old. He's making $9 million a year.
Oh my God, it'd be a steal. And I'm telling you, people. Brian Wright, I think his name's Brian Wright. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the GM is Brian Wright. He's a genius, obviously. Look at how he got Fox. I mean, he knows how to do deals and make it happen, obviously. Mm-hmm. I don't think we get that for this year.
No, I think it's next year. I think they let Harper kind of mature.
Yeah. But here's the thing is, Derek, also, like, is Carter Bryant always just going to be a role player?
Yes, because of his offensive side.
Okay, what if he develops an offensive side?
In today's game, yes.
But if he were to get better offensively, do you think right? I think his focus is defense, but being in San Antonio, I think San Antonio does a really good job of developing
and keeping
offensive players. So I could see him getting better because of that.
What if he becomes our Manu Ginobili of this generation?
I mean, I still think his ceiling's higher than that.
I know, but I'm just saying, as far as the role, like playing the sixth man, being okay with being the sixth man.
Good luck with the league. Good luck with the league.
Because then you have if you trade Vassell and find you Vassell and Shohan and some picks and find you a 4, and Carter works out. Now you've got Champagne, Johnson, Carter. You got some stuff you can play with.
By the way, y'all, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but has Ace Bailey not played yet?
Yeah, he's played.
Oh, okay.
I hadn't seen him play. Did he have like 18? I think the other night.
Okay, Utah's playing right now, so I can't. I don't know if he's out there right now. So
yeah,
okay,
he's played.
I thought he hadn't played yet, so I'm wrong. My apologies, Carter Bryant. I mean, Ace Bailey. I thought you were trying to say you were too good to play. So, speaking of summer league, what are your thoughts on these players, the Dylan Harpers, Cooper Flag, them not playing anymore? You okay with it? Do you think they should play? What are your thoughts? I mean,
we know what they bring, right?
I mean, we do, yeah.
Some of these guys are trying to make the team, right?
Right.
I mean, some of the guys are going out there going all out. Do I want somebody from just say Dylan Harper's out there playing? Do I want somebody from the Charlotte Hornets who's trying to make the worst team in the league's roster hurt my number 2 pick overall?
I mean, no.
Diving for a ball.
Right.
Like, go out there. Let me show the fans. Let me show the front office what we paid for, and let's be done. Let's go to training camp. Let's get in the gym. Put on some weight. I mean, that's I'm okay with it.
Okay. No, I mean, I'm okay with it too. I just want to know your thoughts on that because some people I've seen people complaining on social media. Why aren't they playing? Why are they shutting down? For one, it's nothing new. I mean, when we played one game and was done.
Yeah.
I think I agree is to protect the asset playing in summer league. So,
okay.
But we got guest number 3.
No. Let's say hi.
Hi.
Let's say hi. It is way past my bedtime.
Yeah, I heard my son earlier, and I don't know if he's awake or not still, but.
Well, we hit on a lot tonight, though. I mean, we got a good
We
show.
did. I'm sitting here. Some of the summer league standings. 8 teams are undefeated. It's pretty good in
Yeah.
summer league.
I haven't
Wow.
watched as much of it as I should.
San Antonio has the biggest point differential at 16.7. That's good. That's good. Yeah, we did had a great show tonight, Derek. We appreciate our guest as always.
Yes.
She was phenomenal. So we appreciate her a lot. Appreciate Casey stopping in and hanging out with us for a bit. Well, Derek, what's on? We got anything coming up on the show soon? Anything?
Next Wednesday, a week from today, we have the young lady from Moore City.
That's right.
Pretty cool story. High schooler softball player that's going to the Netherlands to play summer league softball or softball. I guess summer's almost over. But as of anything else, that's it right now.
Okay. By the way, did you see our Tired Sports Facebook Messenger?
Yes.
Okay.
I reached out to that guy. His nephew is plays for Ole Miss.
You need to reach back out to him.
Yes, I'll be on that. So I'll be on that tomorrow for sure.
Perfect. But yeah, we appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate all this love and support from everyone popping in on TikTok and on Facebook or wherever they're just in the stream period. Well, we have On Time Sports as always tomorrow. No golf again this Friday. I will be out of town and Sean is tied up, so no golf. Hopefully,
New show starts
the new
Friday.
Friday. We have the new show.
Pints and parlays.
Pints and parlays.
Michael and Aaron at 6:30 Central Standard Time.
Yeah, so be here Friday for them.
Tune in for that.
Come and show them all the love on their first show. Pints and parlays. I'm sorry, I probably wouldn't be able to pop in to watch the first show. I will be tied up all day and all evening Friday, so my apologies up front. But yeah, everybody come out and show them some love on their first show. They would really appreciate it. We're excited to have them join the network. As we always talking about, we keep growing. And we're so excited about that. And we'll have another announcement pretty soon.
Probably next week.
Yeah, it'd be next week.
We're going to be or next Sunday, the 27th.
Next Sunday, we have another announcement. So we're excited about that. And we'll give all the information out on that show live. So we're excited about that opportunity. So yeah, again, appreciate all the love and support. Appreciate all the work Derek does for the show. And we'll see everybody. Me and Derek, the Bearded Bros, we'll be back Sunday, of course, at 7 p.m. Until then, everybody have the rest of a good week and a good weekend coming up. If you're in the South, stay cool. If you're in Central Texas, try to stay dry.
Yeah.
Because they continue. By the way, I can't. I mean, I know we've said this, but I send my prayers for Central Texas. They can't catch a break.
Dude, it's flooding everywhere. Like New York is flooded. The New Jersey Turnpike flooded.
Yeah.
New Mexico flooded. Like this is crazy.
And if you're in Louisiana, stay safe. That hurricane's coming in. Be careful. And Central Texas and that eastern and southeastern of Texas, y'all. We got some down that way, and even in Central, they've got that hurricane rain coming. So everyone, be careful this weekend. Pay attention, and we'll see y'all on Sunday.
All right, man. Take it easy.
You too, man. Later.